You split my heart in two.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let it out. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it out. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let it out. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it out.
Hold me close and let me stay until the sunrise. Just say you'll hold me forever, at least for tonight. It's been so long since I got so close to someone. I know this ain't love, but let me stay a while. And pull me closer tonight, keep holding my hand. I know this ain't love, but let me stay the night. I said let me stay a while. 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 And I said let me stay a while. agree to know this ain't love at first sight. 'Cause I know how this works, I got my ABCs right. Oh, so let's play pretend. Say you'll be the one for me, say you'll be the one for me forever. I know this will end tonight, but you'll be the one for me, say you'll be the one for me. It's been so long since I got so close to someone. I know this ain't love, but let me stay a while. And pull me closer tonight, keep holding my hand. I know this ain't love, but let me stay the night. I said let me stay a while. 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 And I said let me stay a
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason, but I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason, but I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. Each time of year carries memories, like a never fading whisper in the breeze. Oh, we will keep on changing all over again. Yeah, we will keep on changing. Just like another season, don't want another day without you by my side. Oh, this season. You came into my life
Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Masters League Week 5, and shameless plug here, man, my Toronto Ultra, fucking love you boys. You got yourselves a win. First winnie without Zinni. I'm happy about it. Insight, also known as Metal Boots, congrats on your first win in the CDL with the roster. And, well, here, both of these teams no longer winless. They were both very winless for a while in the league, and right now you're seeing them both with records, with wins on the board. Velis, they have themselves a 1-5. They have this match and one other to still play after this one, like off stream. And over for the side of OTB, they've already gotten one match, their off-stream match, done this week, and that ended up being a win against whatever opponents they had. And they're at a 2-6 or 2-5. They're at a 2-5. This could be 3-5, and this could be one of the, if not the most important matches for them to win, to try and have a hope of making it into the top 4 of that group. Where some of those teams in the top 4, apart from the top 2, have been faltering. Wins have been taken off of 302. The side of Team Spades looking a little worse for wear. Same with the side of KGK. All of those 3 teams, they just aren't looking too safe in comparison to Zealous and to the side of Dawn of Chaos. So this is the second half of the regular season we're coming into, and this is that push for playoffs teams are making here to either solidify and clinch a playoff spot in the top 4 of their group, starting off in the winners bracket, or of course have to still struggle and fight for a top 4 spot, as every single team will be able to go to playoffs. So clinching playoffs, there's no question there. It's about clinching a top 4 spot that matters the most in teams' eyes. Is they will be competing for winners bracket is top 4. Lower losers bracket start is for the bottom 4 of each of the groups. Now, while I'm solving other things here, technical wise, with the teams in my lobby, let's jump over to the map so that you guys can get a good look at what we have in front of us to work with for this series, shall we? We're going to be seeing ourselves on Apocalypse as our first map for the matchup. And Moscow will be our map that we see for number 2 for the S&D. A popular one as of late for Search and Destroy, interesting enough. And then our ever so popular, I think the most played map in Control across the entire league thus far, Raid Control. We'll be seeing that one in as the third map we're also guaranteed to watch. Now, if we see the series extend past 3 and go to 4 or 5, we'll be seeing ourselves on Raid Hardpoint for map 4, and then we'll see ourselves on Miami for that S&D, the final map. A lot of times we see teams, or we see these graphics for the map picking lists, and we see Miami at the end, and it's been an interesting one to see a series kind of end on, as it's been a hotly talked about map. It's not necessarily the most consistent one in my eyes for teams like winning and such, but it happens from time to time where we might see a team steal away a win or get a very convincing win, like what we saw before in the CDL, where the side of Optic Gaming, I believe, got like 6-0 or 6-1 on it. It was absolutely insane to watch and witness. Now, looking at some of the stats between these two teams as we hop on back over with me, unfortunately I don't know why our transitions aren't working. I'm going to have to double check and see if there's a way for me to fix that. I'm going to test it out here. Transition is still not working. I don't know, little bit scuffy here. Gonna see if I can try transition setting up here. It's not the right transition. Maybe here. Let's try it out. It's a little interesting. Well, I will try my best. Hopefully the transitions decide to work during the series, but you know, jumping into some info on the two teams, you know, as we're getting things set up and loaded, we're just about to get underway. You know, both these teams, you know, fighting for a spot, you know, better seeding in their group, you know, especially amongst the bottom four. They want to seed better so they have a higher chance to get through the lower bracket if they get stuck down there. As of what we're seeing with the record right now, it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to climb out of the rough spot that they see themselves in here. Now, when you look at the two teams and how they match up in this one, you're seeing the side of you're going to see the side of OTB with a really rough S&D record. You know, 1-6. That's definitely not the mode that they feel like they're the most comfortable on, and that they can put up the best sort of, you know, presence or offense on. That'll probably be the weakest mode for them in comparison to obviously their opponents here in Velis. Velis 2-5 looks better, obviously. We can all do the math there. Now, looking at OTB, you know, say we take away their last win that they got. I'm trying to see who they got it against. They got it against Spades off stream. It was a 3-1. You know, I'm not quite sure how that kind of looks, but looking at the stats in both of the other ones, you know, the struggle for Team Velis will be in that control as they're 1-5 versus a 3-4 for OTB. You know, OTB, they look better on paper. They should be the team to win this series, expected to win this series. Now it's all gonna have to come down to whether or not we see the side of Team Velis coming out with the turnaround. You know, if they can get a bit of a Cinderella story come through and win this matchup, that'll be the interesting one to see. As you know, some people taking an eye and looking. Hey boys, keep your eyes up here. Hey, quit. I see you, Trill. Keep them up here, bro. Come on, bro. What the heck is this? Are we at a Hooters or something? Like, geez, keep those eyes up here, bro. As you know, we are gonna get that map started as I joke around and waste more of your time, folks, as you all come here to watch the action, not really come here to listen to me ramble about why you guys shouldn't be perving out on me, because who the heck's perving out on me? Like, let's be honest here. Not even my girlfriend pervs out on me this hard. Like, hello. Let's jump into the action though. We got ourselves Apocalypse for your first map, and you know, ever since we seen it on its debut, you know, and coming into the league and teams playing on it, I still don't feel like really any of our teams have found a full way to take advantage of the map and to win it. As I am gonna have, you know, in game the overlays kind of flip-floppied and messed about. So when we jump into the game, we're gonna have it. It's supposed to be the other way around. So let's jump. Let's do that. Here we go. So we are going to see ourselves with OTB Esports on the left-hand side and Team Velis on the right. So to start things off, you know, just keep in mind, guys, okay, red is Velis, purple is OTB. It should be the other way around. My apologies. Now, Jay is going to start off very strong for OTB. He's going to go on a 4-0 streak right now. He's going to stay alive in the back at gold, trying to continue to cause chaos and mayhem. And man, just Team Velis just can't hang with these boys of OTB Esports at all off the bat. Kings is going to be good. There's multiple team wipes that happen, and Kings and Jay both building themselves some streaks here. Bubba will advance himself forward. He will get tagged up, and Kings will get himself to 6. Can he get himself that last one? Bubba will be in the maps building. He will drop, so a streak is going to be there for Kings. He will not be able to get himself another one, as Trill and Deviants both in really worse for wear positions here, both with donuts on the board. And Trill just going to make it even worse, man. 0-6, make that 0-4 as well for Deviants. Just nothing going the way of Team Velis early on in this one. The Hills just not lighten up the red that they want, and they're gonna spend more time being dead, really. But as Wubba most notable player on this roster based off of, you know, previous performances. He's had to try to drag his team through the mud recently. Trill has been very strong as well, but just not looking like it right now. Going 0-7, super uncharacteristic. And to be frank, this is not something I would have expected in a matchup between two teams in the lower bracket for things to be this close. For things to be this, sorry, not this close, but like, for there to be such a divide and difference in skill. And oh my lord, where are those shots going? I didn't know that gun recoiled downwards. Damn. Bringing new meanings to the word shitter. As, man, whoever that was just absolutely needs a new set of hands. Their thumbs ain't working. Something's not right. Deviant, he's going to get a big kill. We're going to see Team Velis try to work their way back onto this hill that they had a nice early rotation towards. Only 11 points in their name, 100 and something points, 100 plus points over for OTB Esports. They're just on cloud 9 right now. This is looking like a Zealous squad game up against, you know, the side of Team Spades the other day. This is looking, actually no, it's even looking even worse than that. If I'm gonna be fair here. We are gonna see Deviant look to grab some kills here in the background. Him and Trill both got rid of their donuts, but still far from being past, you know, problematic. Bubba's still gonna stay alive. Only player on the team, you know, on the brink, if not in a positive at times on this one. Will get pinched around here. Pinched and played with, like a nice big set of badonkers. Bubba gonna continue to try to play around Zig. Trill will be good for 2 big ones next to this turtle. People call turtle, but really it's a head if you guys haven't already seen that. Or knew that call out. As Nolan, he's gonna be the one severely behind for the side of OTB Esports, and he did make a really big impact on the first hill, you know, on his debut for this OTB Esports roster, and just ever since that first map and that impact, I feel like he's been falling behind. Deviant, he's gonna look like he's looking a lot more warmed up here. He's gonna get into the action here with some few kills. Wubba gonna get himself 2 big ones, like Lady Tsunade's. Gonna look for more. He's gonna find Jamal here, building some streaks. Will he be ready for players trying to come up into this window? He will be good for 1. Will he catch Nolan? He will have the information that Nolan is there. Will he be able to ultimately get the kill? He won't. He will get challenged by Kings, and he will drop. There you go. OTB Esports. Y'all need to start waking up because you've just fallen asleep and let Velis start to get hot and warmed up. Wubba will get down another one. He's on a 9 streak. Wubba. He is looking good. Y'all didn't know what I was trying to reference there was hubba whenever, you know, a woman's like thinking a guy's hot as shit. Well, yeah, Wubba's looking hot as hell. He's looking fine, bro. Gonna give him that swagger face. Give him the fuck me eyes. The man was going off there. The man deserves that 18 and 10 he has. But oh my lord. On the flip side of things, OTB Esports is Kings, sporting a 22 and 12. Absolutely beautiful. Looking like Paul X with his AR so far. And Jay also sporting a rather nice KD as well. Stussy, man. Damn. 15 and 9. Jay looking to hunt down 1 in the tunnels. He will get drop shotted by Deviant down there. Goes on to all 4s like a seal in training. He was gonna look to go on a streak here. Gonna get himself 2 kills before getting taken down by players off his spawn at Temple and whatnot. Trill. He's gonna try to get in there. He will not be able to. The streaks sound like they're coming through here. I wonder who just used theirs, as we only saw 2 players with streaks to be used. And interesting enough, both teams rocking 4 trophies. So let's keep an eye on that as this map progresses to see if everybody uses them. It looks like Trill activated a trophy for the side of Team Velis. It's supposed to be Velas, not Velos. I have Velas. Kings also activated one on the side of OTB. So I know at least those players for their teams are activating trophies. Feel free, anybody in chat that want to keep an eye on that, they can. Jay, I believe, has probably activated one as well. That's why you see his on a cooldown. So OTB King and Jay, both using trophies so far for this side of OTB. Trill, only one I've seen so far activate one for the side of Team Velas. And, you know, trophies are really important in this mode to deter and stop projectiles from taking your players down off of important headies, off of the hills. You know, we're going to see Jay activate his trophy. So we'll see, obviously, still Jay and Kings, the only two using their trophies for the side of Team Velas. And OTB Esports, they find themselves up ahead right now, 152 to 157. But Team Velas, they are not slowing down here. They continue to put on the pressure here and get things back to even and potentially above. As we see Banky use a trophy as well, and Wubba. So we know Trill, Banky, and Wubba have all used trophies on the side of Trill, Banky, and Wubba. Deviant has just used a trophy as well. So 4 trophies have been used by Velas here. So unfortunately, if this one, that we will be giving most likely a map loss to the side of Velas regardless on the ending of this one. But I will still can't commentate this one to the brink here, as it's still, this is action packed. And you know, if we do see the other side use 4 trophies, you know, that might end up being the you know, might even things out here, and the score might end up mattering here, as things are getting so heated on these hills. The players are just going off back and forth here. We see 197 points for Team Velas, and for not to Team Velas, for Team OTB Esports. Team Velas, they're trying their hardest to try to get back into this one. They found themselves behind. It's getting really tough here. Wubba gonna be on 32 kills here, breaking the 30 kill mark before OTB Kings, who's just broken it now. He's gonna get himself to 31 and 21. Wubba trying his hardest to drag his team by the nose, by whatever body part he can. He's jumping into this point. He's gonna get 2 massive kills, clear out as many players as he can. Trill's gonna try to enter from one side. Then the pinch comes through. It's gonna be good for some kills, but we're gonna start to see streaks come through. And this hill can no longer be, the map can no longer be won off of this hill here. We're gonna have to see another rotation come through. Deviance is gonna have to watch this angle here. He's gonna have to win that gunfight against Nolan. He won't win it. Nolan will take him down. Nolan will stay alive as well, and he will enter this point for some early time. OTB King, OTB Esports on the brink of potentially taking the first map here, and they will be taking it based off of, you know, GA being broken earlier on by the side of Team Velas. As streaks are starting to come through, it's the dying efforts from Team Velas that are not going to be, you know, will not come into their avail, and a warning will be given to them on their use of 4 trophies. 4 players using trophies, each of them using them. The warning will be given to them. They lost the map regardless. The score will stand. It won't be just, it won't just be counting as like an FF and, you know, no score standing. We'll give the map scores to stand, but there will be a strong caution sent their way here, as the opening map does go the way of OTB Esports. The team expected to win. It ended up being very close. Obviously, that 4 trophy usage could have been a really big factor in keeping it close, you know, with all the ordinances and, you know, tactical equipment and whatnot being thrown and being, you know, being denied by the extra trophies and whatnot. But Yeah, so I'm going to take a quick short break, folks, so that I can quickly notify the side of Team Velis of their infraction. And, we can get ready to move on to the next map. It's going to be Moscow for that S&D, so stay excited, stay ready for that, guys.
Just to think, yesterday you were mine and I was yours. I would wait just to be wound up in your arms. Time will tell us just where we go. Always stuck inside your tornado. 'Cause I'm waiting at the sun before I up and go. I see beneath the skies I never saw. Oh, I'm waiting at the sun. I hear the thunder roll, but it's setting me apart like a tornado. Every time we rewind to the way we were before, waking up, still stuck in the endless back and forth. Time will tell us just where we go. Always stuck inside your tornado. 'Cause I'm waiting out the sun before I up and go. I see beneath the skies I never saw. Oh, I'm waiting at the sun. I hear the thunder roll, but it's setting me apart like a tornado. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark tonight. I'm vulnerable to the danger, but I'm gonna break if I don't bend. You're gonna leave and I'm gonna be alright. I got 100 bottles, I'll line them up on the fence, and I'll shoot the months I couldn't be okay. Yeah, I'll shoot the thoughts that kept my light at bay. 'Cause life had me face dug a hole so deep and I let you lie. Comfort you took for granted, and I'm done with waiting for you to be real. And I'll shoot the months I couldn't be okay. Yeah, I'll shoot the thoughts that kept my light at bay. I lay awake beside you for hours. You brought me tears and I brought you flowers. Ooh, and I deserve more. I know that always been harmless. If you'd have harmed me less, maybe I would still be here. I lay awake beside you for hours. You brought me tears and I brought you flowers. Ooh, and I deserve more. I know that. Thank God you know.
Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. And so we had this situation, like I made sure to warn both of these teams, have them both to agree to have the assault pack on and on one of their players and whatnot. So let's just quickly get a little glimpse at that. Looks like Team Velis is still running the 4 trophies here and don't have a player on the assault pack, but we'll keep an eye on that during this one. The S&D, they most likely won't. It won't be the most important thing, and most likely we won't notice it. But here we go. We're gonna start off with a first blood going in the way of Team Velis. And prior to the whole series happening, I was running through the team's stats and whatnot across the different modes, and so far OTB has struggled so much time and time again in S&D that it's their worst game type. And this is the one that I would see Team Velis as being the stronger team and the favored team to win this one. And they will open things off with the first round going their way. And what a great job to bounce back. From that hard point, they're going to be able to get on the board early in the S&D and stun a majority of that motivation / momentum that we saw OTB grab from winning the first map here. And Team Velis, they're going to be on the board early with Trill leading the charge right now with 2 kills coming off of that first round. With the team switching sides here, it's going to be interesting to see where the offense decides to play that bomb. And interesting enough, they missed the bomb quite a bit here, so it's going to slow down their momentum and their push and their choice of where to go. And Jay, he's going to be able to get into position here to take down Banky maybe on his run by. The nade will end up finishing the job and he will be taken down. It is going to be evened out though, as there was a kill in the background that took down Nolan. More information is given by Jay from Jay's stun tagging up, and we will see one of the trophies used. It's going to be, I believe, from Wubba, who uses the first trophy, or Banky. Banky and Wubba both using a trophy so far. Interesting enough. Unless maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, no, Banky did not use one yet. Trophy used by Wubba. No problem. One player dead on both sides. Trill, the player right now, working with a 3 streak. And working with the bomb carrier as well to get this bomb over to B. It's not going to be sniffed out by Jamal. So these players might be able to get into this B bomb site and get a bomb down for free here. Unless Jamal turns around and finds the player, he is going to spot one. He's going to start getting called out and the bomb needs to drop down. One player will drop. He's going to drop to Deviants, who gets a massive 2-piece here on this P2 from Hardpoint over here in front of the police office. Will he be able to take down Jay? He will spot him. He will shoot at him. Jay will be weak. Number 8 might jump out to Chow. That's going to be Wubba. Instead, he decides to back up here and wait around this bomb site. 24 seconds remaining here, and Jay is gonna have to make a decision. Does he push in, or does he keep these kills and keep this streak alive? He is gonna get tagged up. He might decide to just back off and play his life. He might still look to try and grab a pick. Trill is watching from the outside. He's gonna start to get pinched around this corner, and there you go. Team Velis off to a flying start in the S&D with 2 rounds back to back. OTB, it's not looking good. It hasn't looked good, apart from one S&D win they have in their pockets in the league thus far. They're continuing to struggle in the S&D, and their woes are showing up in these first opening rounds of this Search and Destroy. Now, this is an AR favored map in my opinion, and in the opinion of most. So I would assume a team with, you know, the hotter ARs, the better ARs, should be able to, you know, shine more, shine the brightest. Well, Trill, he didn't look like a good AR in the, like a better AR in the last map, but he's turned it around here. On 4 in a row, still alive. But now him and his teammate in Wubba, the two standout players at the moment, without a single death on their sides, will be the last 2 alive. Trill will hold this angle. Wubba is going to go on a big flank here to try to find a kill. Will he spot Kings? He will. Kings will drop. The action is still happening over on this side of things. Trill needs to check his corners. He will not check the right. Jay will end up dropping Trill, and Wubba on a 3 streak. Will he try to address the players on this bomb site? Nolan, he's going to be there. He's going to get information. He's going to be able to feed it to Jay. Jay needs to check that spot, and there you go. OTB Esports get a round on the board. Get their first on the board. It's going to be a 1-2 scoreline, and it's good to get it early before a lead is, you know, before a lead's extended too far and too far beyond reach. But, you know, like we've seen, I think it might have been today, there was an S&D on Express, I think. 5-1 was the scoreline. LAG was up against the subliners, or not LAG, it was the Ravens were up 5-1, and the subliners flipped the map on its head and turned things around, came back astronomically to win that one 6-5. So comebacks, man. Today is a day of comebacks, and even some upsets if you are somebody that believed the LAG Gorillas were the better team going up against Toronto Ultra today. That was a bit of an upset in that regard as well. And the rookies have been shining hard today and other days, as Insight and Paul X standout performances from them on the day. Wubba, he's gonna get a big kill to help his team get up in the lead of lives. The bomb will also go down on A, as the free real estate was worked on and earned. Now Wubba is going to challenge Kings, and that's going to be a good challenge. Really aggressive work, and he will end up being able to enjoy some fruits of the labor that he's provided. Deviants is going to be able to spot out Jamal. Jamal will come out and challenge just at the right time, and Banky will drop to Nolan. That will be a nice clutched up kill for Nolan there. Turn things around from the woes he had in map number 1. He will start out this one. He will not start out, but midway through this one, you know, 2-2 scoreline, round 4 going into round 5. He will be at 2-2 in his KD. And Jamal showing up really big where it matters. He is a standout player on the side of OTB. My recollection, if it serves me right, you know, the players to watch for OTB in you know, the OTB of past have been Kings and Jamal. Now Jay, he's making himself known. His presence is being heard on this map in the S&D 4 and 3. Not as loud of a presence as Trill and Wubba, who both only have 2 deaths to their names, 5 kills to their names for Wubba and Trill on 4. But here we go. OTB Esports looking a lot better than those first 2 rounds, looking to potentially swing 3 rounds in a row here up against Velis and look to improve their search and destroy their search and destroy record overall if they do come away with this map win. Trill gonna look to close it, clean up one right there. He will look to try to take down the last, but in a 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4 situation, looked like it was just a little bit too troublesome and too hard of a task for him to look to achieve. OTB Esports, they find themselves on a lead here, 3-2 in this map of Moscow Search and Destroy in this round number 6. Not just the lead on the map, they're also earned themselves off a really nice hard point on Apocalypse. They've earned themselves a lead in the series. Now, Kings, he's going to spot Wubba, tag him up after, and they're going to exchange bullets back and forth. His nade will force one player out of hiding. That's going to be Banky, who comes out swinging right into his face with that submachine gun. Banky will retreat here. The A bomb site looks to be a bit open here, but number 4 and Jay, he's been playing this half wall so often here, and he ends up getting a nice big kill there on the half wall. Evans, he's going to try to get a kill, but Wubba will be there to snuff him out. Trill should be able to close this one out, but no, his teammates will be there to shut him out, and that is a 3-3 scoreline. And this S&D is looking so close. These two teams, they've been duking it out in the bottom of their group for quite some time. In this first half of the regular season, they get to duke it out here in their last match. Both of these teams' last match of that first half of the season could really be a nice, could really be an important one too to win. Now that I think about it, because winning these matches against a team that you could be tied, you could easily, based off of, you know, the stats on the board for both these teams, either team could easily be, you know, tied with one another going into playoff time. And the thing that separates these two, it could very well be the head-to-head. As Jay, he's going to be on 6 and 4, looking to continue to power through the side of Team Velis, and he will be good for another kill. Last player alive is Wubba. He will be dropped really low and wall banged out of office. And a 4-3 lead is now in the hands of OTB in this S&D. And lying on the ground is Jay, just waiting, lying in wait here. Like Celium, liking that low to the ground spot. He even goes for a bit of a head glitch here, but he will finish off the last player through the wall. Nice shots from Jay. Clinical work, going 8 and 4 on the other side of things on the losing team at the moment. Wubba also going 8 and 4. It's just a battle between these two Rams, just button heads here. Just like the scoreline. 4 and 3. So close. Wubba gonna get the opening kill here. He's gonna look to try to chase on to Kings. Kings retreats and goes down this outer office hedges area. Kings will get some shots, some tags. The nade will come out to try to push him out of his spot. 5 will aggress forward. Banky will find the kill onto Kings. And this is going to be a 3 versus 2 with a retake coming from the side of the offensive spawns. Jamal is going to push on out, but Trills will end up getting the shots that finish him. 4-4. Man, this is so back and forth this series. Offense has been winning the last few rounds predominantly in this map, and it's going to be interesting to see if that pattern continues to surface throughout the rest of this one. If we see the back and forth continue to go the same way that it's been going so far, OTB Esports should be able to close out this search and destroy. They have an opportunity to take a lead here and not take the lead once again for their 3rd time in this search and destroy, and also have the opportunity to be within 1 round away from winning the S&D. As Team Velis, they're going to be able to strike first. While the iron's hot, Deviance is going to get the kill. Jay goes to his common position here on the half wall. He will get taken down by a player waiting just around the corner, outer Eskies. Wubba looking to tempt fate here. Gonna take down Nolan. Last player alive in the back is Jamal. He's gonna look to try to gun down one. He takes down one. Will he be able to find Wubba as well? He will. Really strong shots. Really nice shots there. Deviants versus Jamal. Jamal has the opportunity to win a 1 versus 3 here. If his AR can ring shots of successive shots onto Deviants, Deviants is gonna spot him and take him down. Team Velis get themselves their second lead in the S&D right when it's looking like it's going to matter the most. Getting on the board. 5-4 is the lead right now for them coming off of this round. Jamal nearly looking like he could have done the unthinkable in the 1 versus 3. He had the syringe half cocked into his veins to send that ice there. He nearly had it. But OTB Esports chokes as a group. Jamal, last alive there, will drop in the offensive push into A. It's going to be a full-on blitz. What a play call and what a defense. What a hold we're going to find from the side of OTB as they're going to find 2 extremely important kills. The bomb will be down in Eskies, top Eskies. This is a very, very rough spot for Team Velis to have to try to retake this. They're gonna, all alone, is gonna be Wubba as well. He's gonna need to aggress that player. Try to get the kill. He won't. Will he notice the player lying down next to him? He will not. And Deviants left in the 1 versus 4. He's gonna have to do the impossible. There was an unthinkable the round before. An impossible feat has to be accomplished here, and he will not be able to deliver as things get brought all the way down to the wire. Round 11, S&D here between Velis and OTB in map number 2. Just back and forth. Like the pattern of shoelaces on your shoes. Just action getting strung back and forth here. And it looks like this time around we might see a different play come out from Team Velis. They might look to play it to B through the middle. There's an aggressive play being made. Nolan will drop, and a lot of information's given. Now, do they check Jamal, who's going to be wrapping around here from Globe? Deviants will drop from Jamal's really great positioning here. Jamal will get spotted out at Globe. He will look to try to take down Trill, but Trill will win the gunfight. 1 versus 3 left. 4 Kings. He will find a big kill onto Wubba, the most impressive player on Team Velis thus far. Banky, slightly unimpressive. Trill, the last one left in terms of the impressive Giants for Team Velis. In 23 seconds left, Banky left in a position where he has to do it all here in the 1 versus 1 to clutch up for his side. And OTB Kings might do it. This is the second opportunity. OTB Kings has had a player in a 1 versus 3 that they could potentially win and clutch up. Banky will do it. The ice comes through. The 3 versus 1, all left to him in the 1 versus 1. He gets the most important kill of all, the final one, to win the map for his side and even out the score in the series. What a victory for Velis. They needed this one. The stats were in their favor. This was the map that they must not have lost. You know, this was the only one that they had the expectations set that they could win. You know, overall, looking at this one, I would have to say it would be a 3-1 victory for OTB on the cards for this series. And so far, the prediction based off of stats, you know, with that, the hard point going the way of OTB and the search going the way of Team Velis has come true, but not in the Search and Destroy did not go the way that I had originally thought. I didn't think we would see this round 11. What a close and tight battle from these two on Moscow Search and Destroy. Just wonderful work across the players on both these teams. You know, sure, you might have looked at Banky. He didn't have the greatest performance. He got the most important kill, though, in the end to close out the map for his side. So you got to give him the massive props there. He was able to ice it after having such a lackluster, you know, performance throughout that map as a whole. Now, we are going to be getting ready to move into the next map, and it's going to be a raid for control. Like you guys have seen raid control with us time and time again, no matter the matchup on stream, we just seem to always be getting this raid control. And based off of what I've been talking to players, and got their opinions and their perspectives on why raid control is so popular, it's been basically the fact that I feel like, based off of what they've been telling me, that it's the most 50-50. Both sides, offense has the highest opportunity to still win rounds. And same with defense. They still have a solid amount of opportunity to win the rounds as well. So it just seems like the most competitive map, evenly competitive map in this mode for the combination. Versus with Checkmate, sure, Checkmate is probably the second most, close but still defensive favored. And then you look over at the side, at the map of Moscow, and it's just a massive dip in terms of how frequently defense wins those rounds rather than offense winning rounds. And so those are the big, that's the big differences to look at, across those three maps in that mode pool for control. And while raid is going to be the map of choice that these two teams agree upon in the end through the bannings and then ultimately the picking. Now, for those of you guys in chat that didn't think the score was going to be like this, or that have been predicted the score to follow and the map to follow suit like this in this order, congrats. Good job for you guys for taking part of the predictive process. Now, I want to see what you guys think about this control. Who do you guys got winning the control? Shout out, in the chat. Let me know. Tell me, hashtag Velas win followed by a score, or hashtag OTB win followed by a score. Whoever you guys think is going to win. I want to see some predictions from chat. I want to see some predictions from you guys. I do not have the glorious and beautiful Nico alongside me tonight for this action. So while I'm obviously doing this all alone, I'd love to have, the chat come in and be my, second caster, my backup, my the Mervin, the Mervin, the Merc to my Maven. You guys can do that for sure. And we're gonna be getting ready for the action between these two teams. I gotta make sure I got got everything set up in the Codcaster to show the 1-to-1 score, and going into the next map. And while the action is about to go hot, we're Bravo 6 about to go dark. As here we go, the matchup between these two teams in the bottom. Both fighting for an opportunity to, be able to show up over the other. Velas fighting to obviously improve their they're near the bottom record. Their bottom 4 record here. Try to put a bit more respect on their name, as we will be getting ourselves into we will be restarting the map itself, so apologies if we didn't get things to go. It looks like the game type that was selected was Pro Control, so we will get that one resolved, and we'll obviously get the right control set up for you folks, well, for the players to play, obviously, as they want to use their classes. They don't want to use presets. Who the heck wants to use just preset classes? Like, you've got to be some sort of psychopath to use the presets and prefer those over your own, being able to create your own class with your own camos and whatnot. As we're getting this getting the lobby situation sorted. We're gonna get that CDL control, not CDL Pro control. Players don't like that one. I don't agree with it either. I wouldn't want to play on CDL Pro control. I want my own classes. I want my own shit. I want to have a team boot charm on my gun. I want to have the dragon skin or whatever cool skin on my gun as well. So we're gonna just sort things out, and based off of what has gone on here, we did notice there was a trophy missing, or there was an extra trophy. So I'm just gonna deal with this, guys, so I'll leave you guys with some music.
Without you, 'cause I'm better off without you.
Remember when love was all that mattered? I do. Remember how I used to make you love until it hurt. Now those memories felt like thorns on a patch, a rose I can no longer touch. You're just another scar placed on my heart, a sign that we are made to be apart. And even though you might not be the one, I'm gonna miss you, baby. We fought so hard, we dragged us down, and basically watched how we had drowned. And even though I know you're not the one, I'm gonna miss you. Broken, but I know I'll get over you. I'll try to focus on what's in front of me and not behind. What is life without the one you love the most? Who I am without you. You're just another scar placed on my heart, a sign that we are made to be apart. And even though you might not be the one, I'm gonna miss you daily. We fought so hard, we tried
I'm bad at pretending, you know I'll be true. Sunday mornings and midnight lights turn into songs that you watch me write. Stole your sweater on that night. You took a picture, keep by my bedside. So you're mine when you're gone, baby, please don't be long. I got my ticket to the west side. You say my name with your accent, makes me remember how much I missed you. Hope you're planning to stay for a million days. You'll be my summer in December. Hey boy, trust my intuitions always. I'm not superstitious, I got lucky. Stole your heart and it was mine for the taking. It was mine for the taking. It was mine for a million days, in a million ways. Stole your heart and I got lucky. Stole your heart and it was mine in a million ways, for a million days.
We fell out of love like shooting stars, came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. I say your heart, say your mind, say all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I say your heart, say your mind, say all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you. I say your heart, say your mind, say all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I say your heart, say your mind, say all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you. We fell out of love like shooting stars, came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. I say your heart, say your mind, say all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you. We fell out of love like shooting stars, came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. I say your heart, say your mind, say all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We have ourselves map number 3, and there is a bit of a situation that has been attended to a little bit here within the break, and then will be attended to further as the series at the end of the series. Now, the score is going to be 1-1 for now. I can explain further on what actions are being put in place, you know, following the last map. But here we go. 1-1. The action's 1-1 here on the map. That's how both these teams are kind of playing it out. And OTB Esports, They came down to a really close S&D, and they unfortunately lost it. You know, losing momentum in the process, but they're acting as if they haven't lost any momentum whatsoever, as they're coming off hot and heavy in that first engagements on this map, first hill. They are able to take down A, and now B is starting to be even made time on as well, as Nolan, he's looking a lot hotter than what we saw previously. He's so fired up, going 5-1 on a 2 streak as well. Jamal in the background also on a streaking out. Kings just having one of the coldest starts that we've seen in Control ever across a few of these teams in the league, both groups, obviously. In comparison, and Kings, he's gonna finally get his donut taken out, and he's gonna be able to take down the player there, bottom mansion. Waba gonna get spotted, and Kings will end up being able to clean him up. Janitorial duties being done here on this point now, is we're going to see Team Velis look to swarm in and grab and get rid of these players. Devens will find one and then even a second inside of money. Looking to try to help his team earn some money down the line if they can ultimately win this league, but they're going to have a really rough go at things. He gets himself 2 more points, 2 more kills on that point. Trophy system will get taken down. Banky will need up Jay from the front, but with that double stack on the point, you're going to see a dangerously fast take of this point here. Jamal going to win another kill right there. Double stack comes up, and the last tick goes through. OTB Esports winning the first round with offense being the side that work with. Like I told you guys, going into Control, you know, especially on this map mode combination, it is the one that has the highest chance of success. You know, the highest success rate. That's the better word for it, better term for it. Has the highest success rate for offensive sided teams out of the 3 Control maps. And here we go. We see the first offensive round being won by the side of OTB Esports against Team Velis. Now, one up here. Team Velis, they're going to have to try to find some sort of answer. Kings will start things off, spraying down Trill. Trill will get a nade kill in response, or a gun kill in response, and Jay, he's going to start off with 2 monstrous kills here, and a 4 streak he's gotten himself into. He will be fought and shot at here. Unfortunately, no shots landing there. Devens will end up picking up the kill. Jamal on 3, make that 4, getting dropped as well. Now Nolan, the last player with the streak, he's going to continue to build that one. On to 3 now, after getting a big kill there. Trill will spot Nolan reloading, but will end up dropping to Nolan as he lets him get his full reload to come through. Now the B point going to start to be progressed onto. Banky will get onto the hill. He will have some nice time to work with, where he's going to be able to grab that one. Banky will look to kill off Jamal, but Jamal will end up finding him, as 1 tick of progress on both of these points for the side of Team Velis. Not too bad. 1 minute still to work with. They are going to need to try to find some sort of foothold on one of these points. And oh, Waba, you need to hit those shots, sir, as you drop Trill. Gonna still be alive here, making a bit of a push through kitchen, and he will be able to find Jamal. Trill not happy with what was being discussed off on the back end of things between the maps here, and he's letting these bodies know it, as he's gonna shoot bodies. He's gonna unload his clips into these bodies. Bit of a wasteful ammo usage, if I do say so myself. Banky will look to try to take down Nolan, tag him up heavy here, and need to try to grab the kill, but Nolan will meet him with a knuckle to the face, and Jamal will end up dropping, so time will continue to be prolonged, as Devens is still alive here. He will get shot at and killed from the back. King's gonna come in for the pinch. The A point might get jumped onto for some stoppage here from Devens, and this is the last hope, last ditch effort from Team Velis. 6 lives remaining, 4 seconds to work with. The time needs to be plugged. It needs to be stopped here. Deviant stays alive in the last seconds of this. Player from above looking to grab kills, and the stack up is going to be good. This could be good for the last ticks of progress needed for this point, and there you go. The A cap comes through. An extra minute is put on the board, and 2 versus 9. Make that a 1 versus 9, as number 6 Trill is going to have to do it all on his own, and he's just going to hop off the map. Absolutely disgusted and flabbergasted. Going to hop off that map. Upset. This team in a rough spot here, being down 0-2. Now, going into this third round of the control. Not a happy sight for Team Velis. Just gonna get a little peek at the teams, you know, making sure they're using the right equipment here. We will be seeing that assault pack come through for both the teams. That is big, that is important. For you folks at home, obviously, for these teams who, it's been actually the most talked about thing in between these maps. As it's a bit of GA breaking and following and whatnot in this league, as well as the development of GAs in this league have been very important. We want to try to maintain accuracy with our GAs and, you know, making sure everybody's following the rules of this league. And our league can be a little bit different when it comes to rules from others, as well as, you know, the challengers competition. But at the end of the day, we try to bring competitive integrity into every choice that we make as moderators and as organizers. OTB Esports, though, so much success here. They're practically bleeding success as Team Velis has been bleeding time on these points. You know, the B zone, 2 ticks of progress. It's about to be 3 as the stack up comes in. And it's looking way sexier than the Dorito stack that you can find and you can buy at corner stores in the UK. OTB King's gonna come in for the pinch from spawn side for the offense. He will get taken down by Banky. A player that's also been having lackluster performances throughout this entire series. Not the best performance in Respawn in that first opening hardpoint, and off the map nearly went Banky, trying to challenge Jay. Jay will get the kill, save him the Clayster, as this A point is getting secured quickly here, but we will see a stop to that by Wubba as he continues to hold this line as Team Velis backed up against the wall here on this map. They're on the brink of getting 3-0'd. Sort of like what Gorillas have done to Toronto today in the 3-0 control that they were able to win. And the point will get stacked up on by, it looks like, 2 players at least at a time. Stevens is going to soak up a lot of pressure and attention, but these players from OTB, they'll just back up, reposition, and kill out those players from Velis as they're hitting the points on their own. Some solo hits are not what you need, and the breaks don't come through. Velis don't catch a break at all in this control as we see the side of OTB Esports wipe through them like a father wiping the ass of a baby. Just absolutely disgusting stuff as OTB just cleaning house in that control. Well, we will be going to another raid. Coming up next, we will be seeing ourselves back on raid for another respawn, and it's going to be that hard point. As we see the side of Team Velis get absolutely washed out, rinsed by OTB. Definitely a mode that they need to work on. Both teams need to work on, but OTB has definitely looked better on that map, on that mode. Than the side of Team Velis for sure. It's Velis's worst game type, if I'm correct with the stats here. Just gonna take a quick glance at that while I'm also setting up things how they are. Now let's quickly jump back to the map so you guys can know what we still have on our radar here. We will be going to that 4th map, the hard point, and I'll get some music playing while I get that set up, guys. So stay tuned. We got more action here. We got 1 more map at least. Unless Team Velis can win it and extend us to that map 5.
I see you
has given the best that he has.
I'll be right beside you. Send my heart into the sound, slowly drifting into your arms. It blows away in new directions. It's your turn to know something that is real. The Milky Way, I feel you stronger. You're the weakness that I found. And now the way to forever has learned, and I know that it is send my heart into the sound, slowly drifting into your arms. It blows away in new directions. It's your turn to know something that is real.
Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are ready for your guys' fourth map in the series here between OTB and Team Velis. And, well, starting off, OTB will be on spawns for P3. Not where they want to start off, but they will be looking to grab some hill time early on and not look to play for those spawns for new right away. As Team Velis is just going to contest, they're going to continue to hold those good spawns, but they push up too aggressively, and Team Velis, the immaturity is going to show, and they're going to lose spawns for P2. Now, things will just get flipped back around as well. Just all the action, and both teams not really controlling these spawns textbook-wise, in my opinion. As this point, going to continue to be fought after by both these teams, and number 8 going to spawn out for Team Velis. This could be the last map that we see these two teams play off against in this series, if we do see OTB Esports win it. As right now, the points are pretty close. It is the beginning of the Search and Destroy, not Search and Destroy, of the hard point. There's so much still to come, and Kings will get a really rough nade where he kills off his own teammate and himself here. So Team Velis gifted the point out of a big mistake from OTB Esports. But now OTB Esports, they're going to be good for the spawns for P3. So even though Team Velis continues to surge and control and flood through this point, we might still see them, you know, rise above here with another player spawning out in the back here. Trill will find a kill there. He's gonna find a second. The contesting for the spawns for P3 are gonna be in P3 point is gonna look to start to hit white as soon as it rotates over. Trill in the back is gonna continue to fight with Jay here. Jay is gonna ultimately win the battle and shoot that body as the point all the way on. This is P3 gonna be aggressed on by Wubba, and he will win a massive 2-piece kill feed right there for him to get that point to go white for Team Velis on the turnaround. Team Velis off to a flying start, ripping through OTB across these first couple hills, not phased coming off of the last road respawn, and the first hard point definitely behind them here. As Deviants, he's going to be aggressing things from weight. He's going to keep the attention of Nolan as well, as he continues to get shot back and forth. Finally, Team Velis will get stopped and snuffed out on all those aggressions towards that P3, and the scrap time, and practically I think 70% of that hill goes the way of OTB Esports in the end. So the next hill is going to start to get prepared and readied up by Team Velis, and right when they're looking like they're about to be ready to set their feet into that sand, really dig it in deep and get it solidified, they will get dropped, and Wubba, another big 2-piece to open up the hill on the edge of losing the first initial time of it. Will open that hill up. His braking skills is on par with some of the best nutcrackers in the world, as he's just breaking through any mold, any shell of defense. The ring around the rosy happens in the middle of Tiki. We will see Team Velis coming out on top in that skirmish, in that scuffle. Evan's gonna spot a player really weak right here that challenges him. Jay will drop. The bodies being shot here are probably not too necessary, but these guys, so much bad blood spilt between these two. It's like, man, the arguments, it's none other Trill and pretty much it's really just Trill and Deviants up against the side of really Jay and I think Jamal. They were pretty much, I think Jay was really just holding them off in the chat, really smoking them up. It was a 1 versus 2, and Jay was coming out on top in terms of the stuff he was bringing up for sure, and he was getting in their heads as well. Jamal not too happy as well. I think I saw a few body shots come up from him. Everybody's shooting bodies on both these teams. And we thought of crazier, and we've thought, Dawn of Chaos, Zealous being one of the crazier rivalries. We got ADS and pretty much any other team in that group. Looking at, Hi-Fi, actually Redux and Divine Future is a pretty big rivalry there. More professionalism shown in that rivalry than any others. Jay will end up dropping by Jamal's sick QB Z, and OTB Esports, they find themselves in the lead. I think the first time in this series, they get over the 100-point club first, the 100-point hump, and they're just continuing to find success here. But this hill will go white. Team Velis will find time on this hill to at least shrink this lead that OTB Esports had. But with 30 plus seconds left on this hill, when you start to see the red arrows make their way onto the hill, it's not a good look. It's not. And these ankles are gonna get shot and they're gonna get clipped. Nolan's going to be good for 2 big kills there. Will he finish things off with a third onto Banky? No, the clip will end up not getting fully empty because Banky's able to take him down. Deviants will be aggressing forward to the front. He will draw attention. Wubba will get a big kill, trying to enter through. Deviants will end up getting another one there, and he's going to be good to open up this hill for the side of Team Velis. Kitchen Hill. It's, the kitchen is sometimes, some of these guys' favorite places to go, place to be in the house, especially since it's chock full of food. Some of these thick boys on the side of, Team Velis and Team OTB definitely loving the kitchen, especially with, when Nuna's in it, cooking up some, nice traditional favorites. Team Velis, they're gonna they're going to make use of this kitchen to get themselves, you know, back into, it looks like, contesting this sort of lead here that OTB Esports has gotten themselves into. And, well, Jay, he will be the last one up, you know, alongside, right behind him, Nolan, on this point. And, well, we are going to see the Wubba effect come through, and he's going to look to try to break this hill with a nice steamy two-piece. He's in a 1 versus 1 here behind the gray van. He will get that player down, but all of his teammates spawning out over at Old Hill, not what they want to happen here. And Team Velis really, really, really getting stomped out in this hard point. This is looking more convincing than the first, and so much time being spent, you know, shooting bodies by them. It really needs to, in my head, in my opinion, needs to be spent on these hills, you know, trying to get themselves the map. Because they can shoot as many bodies as they want, you know, in map 5 once we get there, if they can even get us there. Because right now they're just way too distracted in sending their clips to dropped bodies than really to their opponents when they're even alive. Team Velis, Nolan on a 5 streak, Jamal on 4. Nolan looking to grab some streaks to be of use as well for the next hills, if we even see another hill. As this hill right now, the initial time going to go the way of OTB, and you know, we might just see them win it all here on this hill. As a wonderful play was brought up by Jay, but unfortunately he will drop down in that next gunfight he got into. Real mistakes are made. He will drop to his own nade. Bubba gonna have to deal with some players here inside that hut. And there we go. The swarm of players from OTB are gonna make it into the hill. This looks like this will probably be it. An aggressive play to the front is gonna come in. Deviants will get into the hut. He will unload his clip. He will force himself to reload, and ultimately that will really be his demise there. He does not even try to make a 1 versus 3 happen on that hill, and OTB Esports come out swinging in this hard point, close things down. The pace might not have been... the pace definitely faster than what they had brought to the table in the first hard point in this one, as it went down to the wire, it seemed. In that first opening hard point of, I think it was like 250 to 2 something. But ultimately, we do see OTB come out on top in this one. Now, based off of some deliberations and whatnot, you know, of GA breaking and you know, in the series, there is a potential likelihood that we do see the 3-1 scoreline get turned into a 3-0 and the map 2 get taken away from Velis and taken off of their record as a win and put into a loss. It all comes down to to proof being required from Velis on, you know, since they were spotted having 4 trophies, that, you know, at least one of their players did not pull out or throw a trophy the entire map, as we had that issue in the first one. And regardless on the outcome of the first one, it was always going to be an OTB win. We gave them the caution. They didn't follow through. OTB, they followed through with the caution that we gave to both the teams. They ran the assault pack in the search and destroy. They ultimately lost the search and destroy as well. In the end, it will come down to, by the end of it all, the team that was better just ultimately won the series. You know, whether it's a 3-0 or a 3-1, OTB come out on top tonight, and they will be exiting this week. They'll be closing out this week with a, I believe it's they ended off being 2-0 this week. They won their off-stream match against Spades, Team Spades, and then they win their on-stream match. So this is the best week for OTB, and they need to have more weeks like this. They need to start picking up the pace here and trying to battle it out to fight for that top 4 spot to get into winners. And with what they're bringing to the table, like the action they brought to the table today up against Team Velis, and obviously what action they brought off stream to their opponents, you know, Team Spades this week, they're looking like they might be able to battle it out. They might be able to run the gauntlet with this second half of the season. We will see. We will keep checking in, and we'll keep an eye on them, as next week they'll have another match on stream. But for now, folks, thank you so much for tuning in for the action. You know, week 5 was awesome. chock full of really interesting matches, some really interesting, results to those matches. And you guys know the drill. It's the end of the week. I'm going to cover all the stats, do all of the rewatchings of all the matches that have happened this entire week on stream, find out all the stats, find out who the best players were, and you guys will see come Sunday, you'll see a tweet put out on my Twitter. If you guys don't already follow it, make sure to follow it, and you might see a player from OTB make it to that tweet, as I'll be picking the 4 most impressive players on the week to get voted upon for being the player, ultimately the player of the week, to get an interview with me, 4T, the host with the most, and get to tell me, all their secrets. Maybe even do a segment of, ranking, something, making a tier list of something Call of Duty related or even League related. So we'll see. But without a further ado, guys, thank you so much for tuning on in. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and ultimately have a wonderful rest of your week. And keep an eye out for my tweet tomorrow, as well as watch the Call of Duty matches in the CDL. Enjoy that. It's free to watch. You don't have to pay a single ticket. And if you're a player, it's also prime opportunity to learn something from those players that are playing, the pro level players playing in the CDL. We got some really interesting matches tomorrow as well. I gotta keep my eye on that Dallas matchup against Minnesota Rocker after the Rocker took down Optic 3-0. It's gonna be interesting to see. If Minnesota do end up taking down Dallas, there's an argument that Minnesota could still potentially come out on top in the group and be first. If as long as we see losses come, at least one other loss come to Optic and Dallas. So it'll be interesting. You don't know. You never know. It's never over till the fat lady sings. So we will see how the rest of this week progresses in the CDL, the rest of this weekend. But ultimately, guys, it was a fun matchup. OTB, congrats once again on taking the win. Velas, thank you for coming by. Thank you for gaining the experience, and obviously showing up and showing us some entertaining matches and really close ones, like that Search and Destroy. Oh boy, was that a close one? Was that an entertaining one? Was that an enjoyable one? Thank you guys so much. If you guys enjoyed my casting, drop that follow here. Drop a follow to Nico, my co-caster that doesn't turn up all the time, but when he does, he really turns up. And then make sure to drop follows for these teams if you can find their socials. I haven't been able to find them, so look for them. Maybe you'll find them. And then, of course, show your love to the ALG League socials as well, because you guys know we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have something to enjoy if the league didn't exist. So show up loud and proud in the league, on the league socials, and tweet at us when your team wins. That you're happy. Use the ats, and yeah. Thank you guys so much. Have a good evening. Have a good rest of your week, and cheers.